Cars, Coffee, and Philosophy.
Hi everyone and welcome to another video from despairrepair.com. In this video we'll be talking about the pros and cons of artificial intelligence and driving. So stay tuned.
despairrepair.com. Be sure to visit us at our website despairrepair.com where you can find more useful car and driving tips.
As you've noticed, this is a new style of video that we're doing. Instead of showing you how to do or repair certain things around the car, we'll be talking about some of the most discussed topics around cars. Please comment and tell us if you like it or not. Of course, please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. Before we start, I must say as a sort of disclaimer that what you're going to hear is just an opinion. It has nothing to do with politics, with the current situation in the world, and so on. Also, I must congratulate all the car manufacturers, Tesla especially, for making autonomous driving systems. I admire them hugely. It's a great accomplishment in engineering, and all that I can say is congratulations, and we wish them all the best and to continue with the good work, especially Tesla, not only in the field of artificial intelligence, but in space exploration and else. Now, about the first good thing about artificial intelligence and using it when driving. First of all, there is the safety aspect, which is a huge gain for using artificial intelligence. Now, at least from what I've seen, and I've only watched YouTube videos, I haven't driven the car, in fact, so what you're going to hear is a strong opinion with weak facts, as they would say on another podcast. But artificial intelligence will inevitably prevent the human error, so to say. How many times have you driven a car and someone cuts you off, or someone doesn't see you when changing a lane, or someone doesn't enter an intersection properly, and so on, and endangers both themselves or yourself, and so on. Artificial intelligence, as from what I've seen and heard, should get rid of this, which is a huge gain. Every saved life is a huge accomplishment for artificial intelligence, at least in my opinion. One more great aspect of using artificial intelligence is the comfort of it all. Mainly because, for instance, how many times have you driven and you may be tired, you may not feel like driving, or something else? Using artificial intelligence will be a huge help regarding this. For instance, if you have to go somewhere in the evening and have a long drive, for instance, a couple of hundred miles or kilometers, and you're perhaps tired, or you have to get some sleep or something like that. Now, the best thing to do, of course, would be to get some sleep and avoid driver's fatigue. But in this case, at least from what I've seen, you can get in the car and you can safely arrive to your destination and get some rest at the same time. Also, to some people, driving is a stressful experience. With artificial intelligence and the autonomous driving system, you should drive with less stress. So all in all, the comfort aspect is great. One more great thing about using artificial intelligence is that you are at the cutting edge of this technology. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd really like to, if I had a time machine, I'd really like to go in the past and see the beginning of the inner combustion engine and how it was used, a phenomena which was a laughing stock from people who used horses and carriage to becoming one of the most widespread transportation machines in the world. So a huge success. I think this is the same thing. You are essentially at the beginning of something that is the future, which is, I think, also a great thing regarding this. Now, regarding the downsides of using artificial intelligence, I must say that perhaps the biggest and maybe only downside of using this is that it will take away the joy of driving. Now, from what I've seen, there are two types of drivers. One type that is driving because they have to, and the other type of drivers that drive because they want to. If you're the other type, like myself, then driving is one of a kind experience. When you sit in the car, when you drive yourself, when you shift gears, hold the steering wheel, watch the road pass by and everything else, there's nothing like it. Using artificial intelligence may perhaps spoil to some extent the driving pleasure. One more thing I must mention, and this comes from watching that famous video where the guy sleeps in the car while the car is driving on the highway. I hope that people won't use artificial intelligence in this way, because I think that the driver always has to stay alert despite the fact that you have a huge helper with you. Even when the car is driving, I think you should be alert. And this is exactly what I'm trying to say. What may be one more downside about artificial intelligence, and that is that it may lower the alertness of the driver. As we've seen with other technological marvels, people are accustomed to sort of using technology sometimes the wrong way. And I hope it's not going to be the same thing with artificial intelligence. I hope that people, when sitting behind the wheel, will be absolutely aware of what they're doing, what they're supposed to do, and that they're supposed to be alert all the time. And for the last, perhaps, downside of artificial intelligence, that is what happens if it gets implemented on a large scale, which I think will. What you'll get is a large number of cars driving their drivers. So essentially you'll have a large number of passengers in cars. What I'm trying to say is why instead don't people use public transportations? Of course, we all like the comfort of our cars and the comfort we have by driving ourselves, but wouldn't it be better practically and of course ecologically to instead use public transportation, which has one autonomous driver, or one driver for that matter, driving bigger number of people? For the end, and as a conclusion, is artificial intelligence good for driving? I think generally yes. I think that it will save a lot of lives. I think that it will be a huge help in the future. And whether we like it or not, it is the future, it is coming, and it will be a regular part of the car. I just hope that it will have a button like certain systems already do on the car for turning it on and off when you want it. And I hope it won't be obligatory, and if it is, that it will have some sort of system that will enable you to turn it off and on, or that it will turn on only in case of an emergency. So that's it for this episode of Cars, Coffee, and Philosophy. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. So thanks for watching, and thanks for your time.